Welcome back. We got through the maze, guys.
Woo!
We talked about Legos that whole time you were in the maze.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to talk about Legos.
It is.
It is.
We were talking about it so intently that I was looking instead of looking at my phone. I
You
was
went
just
on
kind of
Amazon or something, or you went to
no. I was
find
just
Legos.
I wasn't looking at my phone. I was just kind of looking off into space. Like I had my phone sitting on my bed, and I'm just kind of blankly staring at my closet and just like talking about Legos.
What was your favorite Lego set that you ever got?
The Hoth speeder.
That one's pretty fucking sick.
Yeah, I don't know about
just
you
because
guys.
it was like outside of the pirate ship, which was super cool too. Don't get me wrong, but the Hoth speeder was like the most like quote unquote elaborate one I had as far as vehicles went. So
mine would probably be the biplane that you could get with the Johnny Thunder sets.
That one was cool. I like
Black
that one.
biplane that with the like shotguns on top of the wing.
Yes, I remember that one really vividly too.
We had two of those. I think I got one, and I think maybe Rob or Steve got the other one. No, Steve got the other one.
I had a Johnny Thunder Aztec temple set where it had like a bridge going across this little moat or something.
That's
And
pretty sick.
the whole thing was set up to be like a bunch of traps. So
Yup.
like the bridge would wobble to one side and just knock everybody off.
Yep. I had the Egyptian one.
Okay. It had a bunch of traps on it?
Had a bunch of, yeah, it had like trap doors and little like spike traps that would fall off the walls.
Yep, that's exactly
really cool.
what this one was. And there was like a big ruby that Johnny Thunder would have to find.
Yep.
But I don't know about you guys how you played with Legos, but like when I was a kid playing Legos, it was kind of cringy because I kind of set all my characters up as if they were somewhat of like a Power Ranger or Ronin Warriors archetype where
like a team.
Yeah, so my team was basically the Octane, the makeshift or the makeup oil company of the Lego world. What was it called? It had like a green and red emblem,
I can't remember.
and it said Octane or something on it. But I had like a red guy. He was I think it was like a racing suit, but it was red and it said Octane on it. And then there's a blue guy that had an Octane racing suit. And then there was like a white one. I don't think it was a racing suit, but it just still said Octane. And a black and a green. And I had like all those guys, like they were like my prime team, where I would just like make a bunch of different scenes. Like I would build my own set for these guys and just set them up in different positions and things like that. So I would build off of all my sets that I would have. Like they would go to the Wild West world for a little bit and just dick around there for a while, or they'd fly in the X-wing. Or I did make a full, and this was when like GoldenEye was really popular. I made like my own missile silo out of Legos and things like that. So
I think on silent pistols by like, you know those like flashlight ones?
Yes.
I would like bite the stud connector part off, so it looked like a little silenced pistol. And that was before they even had like the revolvers and stuff.
That's super clever. Yeah.
Oh, snake!
Good reaction.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that, Snake.
It's okay.
Yeah, but I would do a lot of the same stuff, Tyler. Like I'd put together a Power Ranger / superhero type team all the time with whatever I was playing with.
That's awesome to hear because I thought it was like the only cringiest thing like I could think about doing when I was a kid. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna like play by myself with this team of people.
Well, I'd have like the ninjas, right? So I had like a red ninja, like a black ninja, so it'd be kind of like in mix and match like that. Like the scuba diver dude, his like the scuba diver like thing, like doesn't look like any scuba diver actual like scuba diver equipment. Kind of looks like not like a Power Rangers type thing, but like I used it like that.
Yeah.
And then like I had
Oh, I don't like this
like
part.
the space dudes. I'd have I think it was a blue one with that that just signature Lego like vibrant yellow green visor,
Yep.
and he was like my quote unquote sixth ranger. Like in Power Rangers, he always had that specialty ranger that came in later,
Sure.
the Green Ranger. Like he was like that. So yeah, I did the same thing.
Did you have or did your characters ever like go through like the heal phase, like a Vegeta turns good?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I'd more often, since it was the '90s, aka the era of the anti-hero.
Mhm.
I'd always have a dude that was like a bad guy at first and then became a good guy.
Yeah, my
You
bad guy
know?
was my bad guy was overpowered as hell. Like he would take on my whole team and just wreck the shit out of them.
Yeah. Well, I'd have like a team of bad guys too, right?
Oh,
So
really?
I'd have like, yeah, so I'd have like the main bad guy, and I'd have various other people
Yeah, I'd have bad
under
guys,
him.
but then there would be like the Vegeta type guy that would be like conflicted
Yeah,
and kind of go against the
yeah,
bad guys and the good guys.
yeah, yep. I'd do that too. Um,
Especially when the ninja set came out, I would give my bad guy
There we
the
go.
ninja armor, and he would just look even more badass. Like can't even touch
right.
me.
We
Like I
would
said, dude.
basically play with our Legos like it was a video game. We would usually one of us would we would take turns having someone play like the shopkeeper or whatever, and they were in charge of divvying out the rare pieces that we would always fight over.
See that helps to have brothers that were really close in age to do stuff
Yeah.
like that. Pretty
Yeah,
Yep.
easy.
But we always had to have like we'd always divvy out like all the gold coins and gems and stuff like that at the at the start of whatever play session we were doing, and we'd even use those little like light studs as currency, and we would just use like Zelda rules for like monetary value, like little green light studs would just be like $1 or whatever. Get away from me!
Are you?
it's all some nerdy ass shit, and I love it.
It
Yep.
is.
And I don't know, we would just do kind of whatever we would want. Like we would build a base and a vehicle like right off the bat, and then be like, all right, I'm gonna go on adventure and do so and so, and stop at the shop and buy whatever weapons and armor you needed, and
I wish kids
whatever
today.
upgrades you want to buy for your Lego vehicle. And oh fuck, I gotta get away from this
I
guy.
really wish kids
Yeah,
today would be as imaginative as we were when we were kids.
Right.
right. And like I have a brother, but my brother's like 8.5 years older than I am. So like, for all intents and purposes, like, that I wasn't a quote unquote only child, but like I was like, I played by myself all
Oh
the
yeah.
time. So it was like just me and my imagination going hard in
Yep.
the paint.
I don't know about you guys, but also when James Bond GoldenEye came out,
Yeah.
I would constantly make my own guns out of Legos.
Oh, same.
And I made like a ton of different guns. I made the golden gun, and it was really boxy. And I made this really good PP7, where like I
Nice.
actually attached a silencer with those little tiny cylinder connector ones.
Hmm.
Oh, you're talking like actual like toy-sized guns, not little guns for the Lego people.
No, I'd make
No.
guns to fit my hand out of
Yeah.
Legos.
Okay, I gotcha. I did that for the minifigs.
I was like obsessed with my clob I made.
Mhm.
And I made the PP7
The
I made was
Clob was
sick.
a cool
Fucking
gun
Clob,
back
dude.
then.
Yeah, it was.
Mm.
I,
A lot of it because it just sounded cool compared to the other guns in the game.
Yeah.
it's like I said with like Legos, like I was always a figure person, so I mainly played with the figures.
Go.
Okay.
If I had stuff built already, I'd play with that too, like my boat and stuff like that. But a lot of times, like I'd only putz around and build stuff for a little bit, and then I'd just play with my figures.
I loved building vehicles. I like the figures too. I'd always, I don't know, for the figure, I'd always use like a scout trooper with like a ninja cowl and a cape on,
Okay.
Hmm.
and I'd give my guy a laser gun and a lightsaber.
Yep, that's
I'd
OP as hell.
Oh yeah.
I had a
Space.
pretty solid pickup truck that I had to make when I was younger.
Nice.
I mean, like by normal standards, it's shit. But like for a little
Hmm.
kid, I was pretty proud of that fucking pickup truck.
Do you guys
Oh, yeah.
remember the Lego sets that? And this was before. You guys all are aware of the Mario game you can play on Legos now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember the sets that were like small mini games? Like you could play soccer with
Oh yeah.
Legos, where you'd like just flick your character and the ball back and
Oh
forth.
yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
And there was
A
other
couple of my
ones too.
friends in the neighborhood had, I think the basketball set.
Okay, yeah, there's stuff like that too. I had one of the soccer sets, and it was just a small little dinky square platform and two different players and one ball. And it was just you just flick your player at the other player, and the ball would
Yep.
land in these little divots, and then you just like kind of aim your guy and flick him. But
Nice.
I always
But
I always tried to make my own types of simple games like that. Like
Mhm.
I think I tried to make like a Dungeons and Dragons esque game with Legos before.
Right.
I tried to do that kind of recently.
Oh yeah,
I
you
bought
did.
a
You
Yeah, I
did.
bought a bunch of minifigs and weapons and jewels and crap, and I was like, all right, it's gonna be like an RPG, and I'm gonna have build Lego dungeons for players to explore.
Dude, that's like
But then that
some of the
just fell
best
through.
ways of doing that though. Like
Dude,
all extra
Yeah, I
Legos
wanted
you
to have
got.
a fully like interactive D&D map set up, but
I
yeah,
was we had
life happened.
like we for when I because I worked at Toys R Us, um, they had a part of the interview was you and the people that you're interviewing with for one of the rounds of interviews um, are you do like a group interview and then like a single interview after. But like one of the things you had to do was you were given Legos and you had to like build something that was a like build a toy essentially and sell it
Okay.
um, with the group that you were with. And I think we ended up doing like a board game or some shit like that with it. But I was just like, my interview was like when you first come in, they tell you to grab a like just walk around and look around and like grab a toy.
Mm.
And so I walked around and I found like those classic Mego figures. They had just kind of come back with them, and they had like a Sinestro one, so I grabbed that. And you basically like had to sell the toy. Like you had to stand up in this group that you were with, and the HR person, and like sell the toy essentially. And then the second part was that fucking Lego thing. And I was like, that was a pretty sick interview.
Yeah,
That sounds cool.
sounds like
Yeah.
more fun than any job interview I've done.
Yeah. It was fun. And then of course like if you got called for the second interview, the solo interview, then that was more, standard interview fare. But
Yeah,
Right.
can I play Legos again?
yeah, can I just play Legos,
Pay me to play Legos.
please?
Yeah, bitch.
Or
Fuck, we should
Toys R
just
Us.
do that. Let's just do that on Twitch. Start like a Let's Chat channel, and we just
Oh yeah,
all
we could
hang out
just
and
do a
play with
stream.
Legos. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
That's an idea.
That is an idea. I mean, it's better than I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's completely better than what Will's doing, eating a bunch of baked potatoes, but it's up there.
I don't
I
know.
mean,
Eating
that's
baked potato. That's
some grade A
good
content though.
content.
Still,
Yeah.
No, I'm excited for that. That's gonna be great.
Yep.
All right, well, we'll end it here. We're pretty close to another checkpoint, so
Hmm.
we'll be back with the rest of the castle in the next session. How about that?
I'm
woo.
gonna do a little shopping, and I don't know. You guys may or may not see it. If you don't see it, too bad.
So sad. I hope you're mad.
Yeah.